we're joined by Sir Malcom Ross, who's going to help us track exactly what the couple has been up to in the time since they were pronounced man and wife. Sir Malcom Ross, for 20 years, organized basically all the royal family's major events. Nice to have you back with us. You joined us earlier in the week on the early show. We really appreciate your expertise and insight.
Well, it was lovely. No, it's been quite a day. It's been a staggering day. Stunning day, a stunning bride, her prince, the colour, the pageantry, British pageantry at its best.
Yes.
Everything's been just superb.
And you were there in the Abbey.
I was in the Abbey.
For the wedding.
Yes.
What struck you the most about this wedding? It seemed to go off without a hitch.
I think it did go off without a hitch. I mean, I didn't look for hitches, but I would think I'd have spotted them, and I didn't spot anything at all. I thought it was absolutely seamless, faultless, fantastic. Wonderful music, just spectacular music. Some very lovely touches. The Duchess of Cambridge's brother reading.
Yes.
Beautifully.
The Duchess of Cambridge, too, for people who may not have caught that. This is now Kate Middleton. She's no longer Kate Middleton. She's now Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Cambridge.
Indeed she is. I know. It's tremendous.
That was one of the titles that the Queen bestowed upon the couple this morning. Yes. And this is tradition for the Queen to give them titles as wedding gifts. And they didn't each get just one title. There were a couple that were handed out. One
English, one Scottish, and one Irish.
As is custom.
As is custom.
Now, one thing that's really struck a number of us here is that she is not actually Princess Catherine, even though she married a prince, and she's not Princess Kate. She's Princess William.
Technically, she's Princess William. Yes, that's absolutely correct. And we'll have to get used to that.
Yeah.
We'll have to get used to that. We'll have to get used to being the Duchess of Cambridge.
Yes, and I'm sure she's still getting used to it a little bit herself, but she seemed incredibly comfortable. It was almost as if she was made for this moment. Cool, calm, collected, and it seemed excited a little bit, too.
I was immensely impressed. From the very first sight we had of her in the car on the way to the Abbey, when the nerves might have been uppermost in her mind. She was calm, as you say, cool, and I dare say, I think she was even calmer than her husband.
He did look a little bit more nervous. It seemed, though, that he was kind of cracking jokes. Someone had tweeted that he actually leaned over to his almost father-in-law and said, "I thought we were going to keep this a small family affair."
Yes, so I've heard. I think it's a lovely touch. No, that was nice. They were both relaxed during the service, and they took it all in.
And word is that even we saw them going through the streets. There was a little overcast here today. There were a couple of sprinkles, but the skies never really opened up. Word is, though, they said last night, even if it rained, they were going to go through the streets because all of these people had waited for them. This seems to be a real change in the way the monarchy does business.
Yes, there is. The new young monarchy people, the family, are leading us forward. I'm not saying that their parents and grandparents are stuffy and old-fashioned, but the young ones are keeping up with the pace of society, which is very healthy for us. It's very good for us. It's giving us inspiration. We're now looking at a new generation of royal family. It's just tremendous.
So then what happens from here as they begin their life as a married couple and as the monarchy does move into this next phase? What do you expect we'll see from them next in terms of leaving their imprint?
Well, to start with, not a lot, because he, after all, has got a full-time job as a pilot and is stationed in Anglesey, which is a perfect place to be because it's well off the beaten track and they can actually get to know each other as man and wife. Then slowly he'll have to come more into the public eye. But from what we've seen of Catherine in the public, she is a natural.
She does seem to be a natural. As we mentioned, for more than 20 years, you basically planned these events. You helped plan a number of weddings. You've helped plan funerals. I mean, major occasions for the family. Give us an idea. There's a lunch reception, probably getting ready to wrap up, but going on right behind us now at Buckingham Palace. Ben talked a little bit about it. What would actually be happening, though, for those 600 guests? Who's mingling? Who's talking? What's the Queen doing?
Well, everybody is mingling and talking. It's not a sit-down party. Everybody will be standing. There will be seats available for those who'd like to sit, but it's rather like a cocktail party. Standing, talking, eating lovely, delicious canapes, drinking champagne. Many of them will have met already yesterday or the day before. The Queen hosted a dinner party last night for all the members of the foreign royal families, so they'll have seen each other already this weekend. There would have been other parties. So it's on a roll, and I think everybody's on a roll. We're certainly on a roll.
Yes, you are. I know you're making the rounds, too. We're going to hold on to you for a little bit longer, though, just to get some more of these tidbits out of you. You know, a lot of people in the States, at their reception, they have what's called a receiving line. Or the bride and groom do their very best to go around to each table so that they can greet each of the guests, thank them for coming. Does that happen at a royal wedding reception with some 600 to 650 guests?
It won't have happened today. No, in fact, the young couple will be the last into the room because they'll have been on the balcony. If you saw the balcony scene, the royal family left the balcony, they'll have gone to join the reception. The reception guests would have been there for the best part of an hour by then, and then into the room will come the new couple, and it'll be a party from then on.
We saw at one point, we had our cameras trained on that balcony as we were waiting for them to come out. You could see 2 of the curtains went back, and we saw people peek out.
Yes.
Does that often happen from your time in the palace?
That usually happens, particularly if there are little people in there. And I thought another stunning fact of the day was the bridesmaids and page boys. They were just sweet and delightful and lovely. And yes, the twitching curtains and little faces was perfect.
Checking it out. It was also interesting that the Middletons came out on the balcony along with the royal family. Were you surprised to see that they were brought into that moment?
No, that's a norm now too. It is as much their days as anybody else, and it would be quite wrong to leave them out. So they're there to get the experience of standing on the balcony in front of all those people.
Know what their daughter's going through. We just heard some cheering of the. We see some random cheering, and I think we see. These are live pictures of the happy couple. Prince William and his bride, the princess, on their way out. Now, is that one of the search and rescue helicopters that Prince William flies?
That's exactly that.
We were expecting, too, we've been told there may be a little bit of a surprise from Prince Harry as they exit, so we'll have to watch that again. We're watching this live as Prince William and his bride leave in their well-decorated car, leaving Buckingham Palace. They're on their way now to Clarence House, and it appears that the prince has changed. He seems to be wearing a dark coat, no longer his uniform of the Irish Guard. He's an honorary colonel in the Irish Guard, and that was the red one we saw him in earlier. And we can really hear the helicopter above us. And there it is, the Royal Air Force Rescue. It says RAF Rescue. Do you think that was maybe the little surprise?
That's another surprise. Yep. So we have 2 surprises, because those will be his colleagues from the same RAF station.
Oh, check out that license plate. Can you see that, Sir Malcolm?
Look at that.
Just wet. A balloon is blocking that shot. Oh, what a moment. Ben Tracy, I think the folks with you must be excited to be getting a double dose of the royal couple on their wedding day.
Erica, they just drove by, and everyone here is very excited. I'm not sure anyone was expected to see them in that car or to see the prince driving that car, but they are heading down to Clarence House. That is not a long way from here. This is really about a 1.5-minute drive. So the people who have still lined the sidewalks here are obviously getting a big treat, and I think a big surprise given how this is all playing out. Pretty cool to see that car with the just married license plate on the back of it, and the royal couple heading down to Clarence House. They will kind of cool their heels there for a little bit, get ready for the big festivities tonight that their father, Prince Charles, is putting on for them back at Buckingham Palace. Erica?
Ben, thank you. And what a moment, Sir Malcolm, as we watched them driving here over to Clarence House. You mentioned you were surprised, too, to see William driving the car.
Yes.
One would expect them to have someone driving them.
Well, we knew there were going to be surprises, or we heard there were going to be surprises. We've had a couple in the last 5 minutes. Very big surprises. Wonderful.
And just perhaps another touch, there's been so much talk about how they're trying to make this more quote-unquote normal, if you will, for both the British people to be respectful, too, of these economic times that so many people are struggling with, but also to approach themselves a little bit more to their subjects, as it were, and it seems that that's another touch.
It is. They don't want to be stuffy. They want to be modern. And they are fantastic. They're their own people. They're very, very definite in their minds what they want to be, and that is exactly what we're going to see from now on, I think.
They are their own people, but boy, do they have a lot of people who love them right now. Sir Malcom Ross, such a treat to have you back with us this morning. Thanks for giving us the inside information that only you could.
It's been my pleasure.